Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are at Muscleworks Southwark, our new favourite gym, and they've got some new kit, so I'm excited. We're in for a push day. This is the last push day of our off-season before prep, so looking forward to making a good one, looking forward to lifting some heavy weights, and I will see you all in the workout. So I'm currently in my deload week. What a deload looks for me is I took Tuesday and Wednesday completely off. So normally I train upper and lower on those days. This week, rest days. I was on my rest day diet as well, my non-training day diet. And as for the rest of the week, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, normally they are push-pull legs. They're still push-pull legs, but I've taken a set off every single exercise. So I would do, say, roughly anywhere between 7 to 8 exercises, typically per session. So that means around 7 to 8 sets fewer for each of the Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And then moving on to next week, everything would be back to normal. In terms of diet, I'm still having my normal training day diet on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, even with the lower volume, just to help myself recover a bit more, and also just to be able to still be in a slight surplus so you can actually have nutrients going towards recovery, right? Now, obviously you might have some weight gain here and there because you are eating as usual, but you're doing less. But that kind of weight gain is very minimal, and if anything, it would just help recovery. So why I've needed this deload is a couple of reasons. One, my progress was plateauing. Don't get me wrong, I was still progressing and training hard in the gym, but it was very, very clear that I was coming to a plateau. So progress had slowed down massively. Second of all, my motivation and how I felt going into the sessions were just a lot worse than normal. So I was doing everything right. I was still drinking the same amount of water. I was still eating the same stuff. I was still sleeping the usual amount, and work wasn't particularly more stressful than usual, but every time I go into a session, it just felt a bit off. So that kind of told me that mentally and physically I'm kind of needing a deload. Third of all is I'm starting prep in a couple of days. So combined with factor 1 and factor 2, I want to go into prep as fresh as possible because, of course, as you all know, in a prep, you're in the deficit. And the last thing you want when you start a deficit is for your body to be beaten up and mentally you're fatigued. So if you're mentally fatigued, you can't push hard, which is the number one crucial thing in a prep or in a deficit or in a cut, right? You need to be able to push hard to retain muscle. So the main factor is I wanted to be as fresh as possible going into prep so we can extend the kind of progress and kind of keep progressing in our lifts as far into prep as possible. And to be able to do that, we need to give ourselves the best starting point. And hence why I'm taking a deload. So deload today, deload tomorrow, deload session on Sunday, and then everything back to normal. So prep officially starts in a couple of days, 2 to 3 days. Specifically it would have started when this video comes out, but as of right now, it'll start in about 3 days when February hits basically. I think going into this prep, my mindset is very different. One of the main reasons being I'm at a very different point in my physique versus at the start of the previous prep 2 years ago. So to put it into perspective, this time round, I will have around 15 kilos fewer to lose throughout prep. And I also have 9 more weeks than previously, 8.5 weeks more than last prep as well. So when you combine the two together, 8.5 weeks more to lose 15 kilos fewer, it does set us up in pretty good stead. And as a result, this time my mindset going to it is a lot less stressful. Compared to last time, last time when I went into prep, I was really stressed in terms of, am I going to be able to lose all this weight in such a short amount of time? And if any of you followed me last time, you would know the answer is no, I couldn't, even though I followed everything to the T. So this time round, it's going to be very different. It's going to be, I would envision, easier at least at the start of prep. There's also plenty more opportunities for refeeds, so that will help keep training performance high, and more importantly, help me keep enjoying training, which I think is one of the really important factors. Because I remember last prep, I just kind of, like 15 weeks out, I just got no pump, and every time I go into train, it's just a chore. Like, I had fat on me, and I had enough, fats and stuff to perform well, and carbs to perform well, but I just got no pump. So this time around, it'll be a lot more enjoyable. And as a result of it being a better starting point, I also expect a lot more from this season versus last time. Combined with the fact that this isn't my first rodeo anymore, I've gone through a lengthy prep, I've gone through the logistics of competition, I've had experience what it's like to pose on stage. By the way, when you're on stage, you don't see a single thing. So it's not my first rodeo anymore, and what I expect from this season is drastically different to what I expect this time 2 years ago. So enough about last season. This time round, my first priority is to bring to the stage a physique that truly reflects the work that I have put in. And what I mean by that precisely is, I want my physique on stage to actually be the package that I've worked on for the past 2 years in the off season and throughout prep. I don't want it to be last time where I've lost so much muscle, such that when you actually see my physique on stage, it's not an accurate reflection of what my physique actually is, because it actually regressed so much during prep. This time around, I expect that not to be the case, and that to be the bare minimum. And after that, in terms of results, I would love, and as superficial as it sounds, I would love it to be in the first call outs. I would love to place. I think last time round, being the last call outs really stung me quite a bit, because I know that I could be better. It's not like I deserved more. Just to preface that, I don't think I deserved more last season, but I think I could have gotten more if prep went a bit better. So in terms of like the superficial stuff, I would like to place at least in a couple of my shows. First call outs would be amazing, of course. So that's the second thing. And then in the long term, I would love to close my bodybuilding chapter, obviously, with a pro card. This won't be my last time competing, touch wood, but a pro card this year would be great as well. But I'm not putting too much pressure or any pressure on me, because I know that these are kind of, sort of down to luck, but also I know that my physique isn't the best that it can be yet, and with more time, I can be a lot better. Now, some people have asked me, why am I competing this year, and why am I not taking an extra year out? I know some of you out there have told me personally that if I took another year out, I would turn up so much better, because my progress has been great over the past 2 years, and I would be able to have a much higher chance of winning shows. And I would 100% agree, but I would respond to that with two things. One, that's always going to be the case, right? Let's say I compete next year. You can say the same thing next year, where if I took another year out, I would be even better, and there would be no doubt that would be accurate, because I'm still going to train hard and like a bodybuilder, and I'm always going to make progress. So there's never really an accurate time of saying, okay, now, you've made enough progress to compete. If you want to do it, just do it. But the second of all is, one of the shows I'm eyeing up at the moment is in Hong Kong. And for those of you that don't know, my parents live in Hong Kong. So what I really want to do is compete at least once in Hong Kong, so that they can come to a show of mine and actually watch me compete. Because obviously all they know is, they watch my Instagram, they know I'm really dedicated to the sport of bodybuilding, but they've never been able to fly over to the UK and kind of watch me compete and kind of watch me, succeed, I guess, in my passion. So I've planned out my Hong Kong trip this year, and I don't want to delay it anymore. So one of my shows I'm going to be doing is in Hong Kong. So that will be really, really cool. Production will be really, really good as well. So that's kind of what I expect from the bodybuilding season this year. My mindset going into this prep actually is drastically different as well, on top of being less stressful. In kind of way, I'm kind of excited to go into this prep because I've been away from the stage for 2 years, which for natural lifters isn't that long, but I've always felt like I had more to prove because last time went so badly that I've kind of haven't had an itch for a redemption, as you call it. So this time I'm actually excited going to prep, just knowing how much better it will be, and that can only spell good things. I'm also a bit nervous, of course, as you would any bodybuilder going into prep. However, I think more of it is due to excitement. If we really want to get nerdy, I think the hormones and stuff that you release from excitement and nervousness are pretty much the same. But no, yeah, I am excited to go into prep this year. I will, unfortunately, the bad news is I will spend most of the year in prep because if all goes well, then my last show will be towards the later end of this year, like October time and even November time. So that's not the best. But what is really cool is what you see me now is going to be my fattest point of 2026. And we're not even finishing the first month of the year yet. So that's a pretty cool fact. And then for all you anime nerds out there, just a side note, if not, you can skip this bit, but I've been saving a lot of animes to watch. So I'm actually kind of gassed to be able to watch those animes as well. I've been putting a lot of self-restraint on myself and not watching many animes I wanted to watch to save them for prep, to watch in cardio and stuff. So the one I'm most looking forward to is Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3. I've waited that for so long, and I've held myself off for watching it. But it's crazy to think that in 3 days I'm going to be starting prep, and in 5 days I'm going to be completely up to date. So that's really cool. Other things like Kaiju, Fire Force, these are stuff that I've not watched, but I want to watch. Obviously, I'm still going to be watching One Piece. That's my favorite anime that I'm most up to date at the moment. But yeah, and then I can rattle them off, so I'm not going to bore you with a whole list of animes. But any suggestions, actually, personally message me or drop them in comments because I'm always welcome. And Lord knows I'll be doing a load of cardio anyway, so I will never run out of animes to watch. But yeah, that's pretty much my mindset going into this prep. I'm really excited. I'll keep you guys all updated, whether it's on YouTube or on Instagram, likely both, so you guys can kind of see where my mindset shift is and what to kind of follow along my prep journey, because I promise you this time will be way better. So yeah, really excited. And without further ado, we'll go into some posing.